Traders, welcome back to another Relentless recap. Guys, it was an incredible green day today. For those of you who missed out on the live stream, it was an excellent day. PLRX was a stock that we dominated on today. Absolutely crazy move. This thing was impressive. Now, before we really jump into it, guys, remember to hit that thumbs up button if you do enjoy the video. And of course, consider subscribing if you are a new viewer after watching, right? Now, one more thing, guys, remember, right, that day trading is risky, right? A lot of traders do lose money. Trade in a simulator before putting real money on the line. If you are using real money and you're not consistent, use small size. That way your tuition to the market will be very low because the risk is very, very real. Trading is extremely risky. Keep that in mind, guys. Now, to jump into it, PLRX, man, this one was absolutely amazing. But we do want to start off with that losing trade that we had on stock. If I can remember here, actually, let's see. TBLT, I'm red on this one, but I feel like I could have been green if I was dialed in on it fully, because we had a bottoming wick here, and we had the first 1 minute candle to make the new high. So over 273. It rips up here to 280. There's 7 cents. Over 280, it rips up to a high of 87. There's 7 cents. 14 cents of potential profits after the 1 minute candle gave the new high. You guys know I love the 1 minute candle to make the new high here on the red to green. So you know, one thing that you'll notice is that I'm not long at 73, nor am I long at 80. I tried to get 80 here. I got a higher fill. Ended up stopping out. It went. Tried to get the dip on the way down. Took a loss. So 2 losing trades, unbelievable. TBLT should have been green at least 10 cents out of this 14 cents move. Let's say at least 7 cents, right? 7 cents. At least 50% of that move you could have captured, but I wasn't focused on it. I wasn't dialed in. You know, we had a lot going on with, of course, our main stock here today. Jeez, where is it? PLRX. There we go. So PLRX, today was my first day back watching pre-market, and you know, I came in at 8:09 a.m. right here before this explosion, right? Because it was a steady slow grind up, right? Steady slow grind. It was doing its thing. It was gaining volume, and then we had a bit of a double top around 1331, 1339, double top in that area. It pulls back right here. 1 minute candle makes the new high. Volume comes in and it took off, man. It absolutely took off, and I wasn't ready. I'm still not ready to really trade pre-market. I'll be using one share for the next couple of days, next couple of weeks, however long it takes for me to find consistency, right? Today was a day to just observe, right? What is working, what is not, and it'll be like that for a few days, few weeks, until we can really get things under control and feel comfortable to use any sort of real size. Today I did try to take one trade with the small size on my DAS platform. It did not go through, so I'm not sure why there's a disconnect there. I gotta call in and see what's going on with that platform. I actually didn't do that today, so I gotta remember to do that. So into the open, you know, hey, shout out to Wrong Bet, right? Because we're talking about this thing. We're talking about why, you know, we are optimistic traders. We like to be optimistic and not pessimistic, right? We would like to think this thing can go higher. And, you know, hold and behold, right? Lo and behold, this thing does go to the moon, right? It gives an extra $5 a share from the move pre-market, because we went from 10 to 16. That's a pretty impressive move. But from 16, you know, to 18, then to 22, and then after hours now 24. It's rare for stocks to be this strong, you know, especially when we're not in markets like we were in last year, the year before, you know. I mean, this was absolutely impressive, man. And, you know, similar to pre-market, I was not ready for the first 2 minutes of the open. I was a little distracted, had something going on in the house. I have to remember to take my car keys, and leave it downstairs, because I had my cousin trying to get my car key, and I kind of got a little distracted right into the open, which is never good. So I gotta make that adjustment. Remember to leave the key downstairs, so that doesn't happen. And into the first minute, you guys know, Thinkorswim lags. So I wasn't looking to take the gap and go, really, but the first 1 minute candle to make the new high over 64. Now that is a trade I could have gotten. Now let's come in here, guys. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, right, if you do enjoy the video. So let's see here. Let's see. Let's come on back. All right, so here we are, the first minute of the open. We got 1664 for the highs. $16.64 for the highs. Watching. Now look at how fast it starts to curl right here, right? 40. It rips up to 40. Dips down a little bit here to 25 and starts to curl again. 1670, 1690, 17. Whoa. You know, I mean, look at that. Right here, my hands are not on the buy button or anything. My hands are not on the hotkeys or anything. And then it's like, whoa. This thing absolutely starts to rip. You see it's hitting the Momo scans right here. Right? I mean, it's absolutely taking off. I should have been long right there for 1708. I should have been long. So we break. Can we hold? Can we hold? Right? There's 13. Right here I should have been in. Right there I should have been in. Even if I'm in at like 15, 16, 17, or 20, doesn't matter. Should have been in right there. Because it's proven that it's holding above the whole dollar. And it does not pull back below the level. So look at this trade right here. I tried to get 28, but look at how fast it goes first, right? 08, look at this. 08, right? We can count the seconds here. 08 is on the bids. 1, 2, 3. 3 seconds later, it's at 85. And Thinkorswim absolutely screwed me right here. This is why a lot of traders will want the direct access brokers despite the commissions, because look at this. Look at this. Look at this nonsense. Unbelievable. Okay, I wanted 28, but I'm slow, right? Look at this. 48. Look at that. I should not be getting filled above 55 right here. I should not be getting filled above 55. I hit it. I punched it fast enough to get the fill between 34 and I'm not even going to limit it to 48. I punched it fast enough to get the fill between 34 and 55. Now look at this, right? I should have gotten filled. I should have gotten the fill at 48. Look at that. 85 on the ask. 86. I sold. I got long at 80. I sold at 78. Unbelievable, man. But you see how fast that was. 3 seconds. 3 seconds. I thought that was a winning trade, you know. And then it's halted. Yeah, man. I should have been back. But the spreads were so big. 18 by 98. I would have had to buy into the halt. So I didn't get back in there. That's alright. But Thinkorswim, man. If I'm filled at 48, 50... we get 20 cents to start the day, you know? 30 cents to start the day. 30 cents to start the day, which is $500. 500. Man. So that's one, right? And as I mentioned, I Thinkorswim does lag a little bit, and I wasn't prepared for this gap and go. Or else, break of 64 could have also been an entry if we want to revisit that really quickly here before moving on to the resumption, right? Break of 64. I mean, look at this. Look at this trade here, right? Can't forget this trade. There's 1650. Is it holding above 50? The answer is yes. Should be long right there. Should be long right there. 55, 57, 60. Should be long. Look at that. It rips through 64. High of days now 17. So you see, I already missed two great entries, right? Not, I mean, not even to mention the hold of 17, which I missed, the higher fill. So, you know, it was a great day. I'm not complaining, but I just want to show the other opportunities that were also there. So let's say I had captured those three trades flawlessly. I'd have probably already been up over $1,000 before the resumption. You know, instead I'm red 30. So you see the potential here. Right, now let's go to that resumption, which I did mark out right here. This is 10 seconds leading up to the resumption. We're halted at 18:04. Here we go. Rips up. All right, it opens up, I believe, at like 1840. All right, and here we go. It's on. Let's see, the open. Yeah, 1850. Opened up at 1850. And here we go. We got a high of 1865. I thought we might have had some potential resistance at 1904. Rips up to 2015. I want to see a dip right here. Imagine the people who are holding from the first 1 minute candle to make the new high. Imagine the people who are holding from 1750. Guys, as I mentioned in the beginning, there is a lot of risk on the other side of the trade. So when it is working out well, I mean, man, the potential is great. So here we go. Here's the dip. Here's the dip. Here's the dip. There's 20. Let's let it play out, right? Let's let the whole thing play. So it'll be a little bit more fluent, right? Here's the dip. Here's the dip. Here's the dip. 59. 59 for the dip. I'm long all the way at 92. You see that? Look at that. 59 was the low right there. And the spreads are huge. If the spreads weren't so terrible, you know, I could have gotten a better fill. Because I'm buying market here to ensure that I'm long into the trade. Look at this. 55 by 20. 50-cent spread. Here's the dip. There's the low of 59. Once we stop going down, that's my entry in these type of trades. Is it risky? Hell yes. Because there are days, and I've gotten caught in them, and that's why I would have wanted to be up 1K already right here, because if this happens to be a losing trade, it could drop down at least 90 cents, $1 share. You know, and I'm down $1,000 to start the day. It's a very different situation immediately. But the moment it stops going down, I want to be long because I'm expecting the bounce. If you drop a basketball from a very high place, if you drop any ball from a very high place, it's gonna bounce. And that's the idea right here. So the indication for the trade on top of the level, the bids going lower, is green on the tape. Can we see green on the tape? Green. There's green. There's a little bit of green, not a lot. You know, not a lot. But I'm in. And 68 by 94. If I buy on the bids here, there's a good chance I don't get filled. You see how the bids already moved from 68 to 73? Then to 94. If I buy the bids right there without a direct access routing platform like Cobra Trading, Lightspeed, all these other faster platforms, there's a chance I don't get any fills there. So right here, it's breakout or bailout. This stock must go. I'm in already high from that level of 59. It must go. So here we go. If there's any red, immediately I'll be out. All right, here we go. In at 92. There's 50. You see that right there? Absolutely insane. So if you're in at like 65, you made 80 cents on the trade already, you know? So I'm in, I'm out. Now look at this. It's holding 19. It's holding 19. Where's my entry? Where's my entry? Where is it? It's a little late. And I didn't get lucky to get the spreads between 14 and 19. So I'm in at 30 in high. It's proven that it's holding above 19. So now I'm expecting 1950 and a higher move. I don't remember if this was a winning trade. Let's see. Nope, I came back out. Okay, I came back out. It didn't go immediately. And you see the risk here too. From the sell, right? Let's see. So I'm up 640. I go to being up 400. And the difference from that sell is, you know, getting out between 14 and 19 to then getting out between, you know, if I wait like 2 seconds later, an additional 30 cents lower. Additional, if at 60, you know, 40 cents lower, and we give back everything we just made. The risk is real, guys. I gotta stress that part of it too. The risk is real. So let's see. I think we waited for the first 1 minute candle to make the new high, if I'm not mistaken. So I lost 400 off the top. Was this a dip trade? Oh my goodness. Oh, wow. We got to talk about this. We got to talk about this dip trade here. Let me take a sip of water. This trade had the potential to be the best trade of the day. Let's look at this. Right? We got halted. Let's go back to the charting here, so you guys can see my thought process live during the live stream, real time. I try to say everything out loud, right? I think I called this out. Yeah, I definitely called this one out. But look at this. We were halted where? We got halted at 1804. 1804. And look at where we come down. Let's put on the volume here. I'll mute my mic here for a second. I'm lost, but I would prefer that dip entry over 1913. I definitely like it, but I would prefer that dip entry. Low of the current candle. Let's see, there's 31. It's going to be hard to get fills because of how fast it's moving though. So let's see. Oh, not quite. Not quite, not quite. We're seeing 10 on the bids though. That might have been the low there. High of the current candle is 80. You see how I look away? I looked away to see the high of the candle. And in that time, the level 2 came down to this level here. Once again, the previous halt level was 1804. Yes, we have a bit of a topping wick on the 5 minute. But this stock is extended. It gave such a huge move pre-market and such a rip into the open. It needs a pullback. Despite the 5 minute having this topping wick, I don't think that the stock is looking weak. I had this level at 1904, which I thought could have been resistance, but because of how strong we broke above the level, we'll see that I wasn't worried about that. And if we look on the 1 minute, you see how the 1 minute pullback is looking clean. Like the 1 minute charting is looking clean here. The 5 minute is not telling the whole story. And 1804 is what I liked for the long. The mistake I made in this trade from 1804, man, I can't understand why I keep messing this up. 1804 is the entry. How much room is there back to high of day? Right? From 18 to 20, there's $2 a share. Why is my stop so tight? Look at this. So I looked away, I missed the bids dropping down, but it's dropped down again right here. Watch this. I'm long at 5, tight backstop. Well, we see the bounce. So I got in at 10. I thought I got filled at 5, but I got in at 10. Okay, no big deal. Why is my stop so tight? Why is my stop so tight? Why am I not giving this thing space? I gotta get better with determining a stop before I even take the like how I think what I have to do, because before we even pull back, when we're all the way up here, I'm saying 1804 for the dip, $18 for the dip. I gotta say $18 for the dip with a stop at like 1780. That way I can get my mind programmed to where I need to sell and not just sell because we're breaking below the whole dollar. This is a poor sell. Poor sell. Ah, it didn't even go down a lot. It literally popped back up from a low of like 88, I think. Man, let's keep watching here. Seems like it's holding. Fucking hell. Wow. It seems like it's holding. It didn't flush down. So I feel like I might be out a little too soon. Yeah. Looks pretty good here. So, 1 minute candle to make the knee. I mean, look at this thing go. Wow. You see that right there? Oh man, 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 man. What's the time difference there, right? I mean, I could have gotten lucky and it could have held above 18, but that's not the point. The point is that I need to give the trade a fair backstop. If I think there's a chance we can get back to 19, let's not even say 20. Hey, can we get back to this blue line of 19, which is $1 a share? Okay, if I can make $1 a share, what's reasonable to lose? I could lose up to 50 cents. It could still be a good trade because it'll still be a 2 to 1. Now, should I lose up to 50 cents? No, because there's something that I say a lot, which is, hey, give the stock room in case it overshoots the landing zone, right? The LZ, we bring up these military analogies. Hey, stay clear of the LZ, right? The landing zone. So when we come down, I think the landing zone is 1804. If the stock can bounce back up $1 a share, let's give this thing a 20-cent stop, man. 30-cent stop. You know, something that's like fair. Something fair. If it flushes down, we can get out. But not if it just goes to 90 and 85 and 88 and bounces up right away. Like, what was I, you know, and it was fair. It was fair. I was fearful. I was fearful that it would have flushed down and just dropped down to like 17.30 and I would have lost like 70 cents. I was fearful. But that's not how we're supposed to approach the trade. We have to be fearless and accept the risk. If I had accepted a risk of like 30 cents and still have that 3 to 1 in this trade, it'd have been if I said, hey, entry of 05 or 04, stop at 80, risking 24 cents. Look at how flawless this trade would have been. It bounces up. All right, let's go back to the entry. All right, let's count the seconds here. Right, so I'm long 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30 seconds later, the trade is working out, man. Ah, I started scalping it again going up. But 30 seconds later, oh, look at those bids. You see that? Look, see, I mentioned I didn't see any big bids over 10,000 shares. Look at this. All right, let me move my webcam off right here. This is me looking at the level 2, right? I'm looking at the level 2, and look at this. I'm out. You see that? Look at that. I move my eyes off the level 2, and look at what's going on up here. 2 buyers of 33,000 shares. I would have immediately been back in the stock. Immediately. That is disappointing. This is why we have to stay dialed in. We can't look at anything. We can't. I mean, sometimes I'll move to check the charting. Sometimes even my P&L to see where I'm at. And this is why we have to keep our eyes on the road. It's like if you're driving and you stop to check a text message or something. It's like a text message could be important, yes. But is it more important than keeping our eyes on the road? The answer is obviously no. So right here, I needed to keep my eyes on the road, which is the level 2. Man, from 33, let's see the bounce. But there's a spread here, though. But still, From 33, there's 65. 78, 80. Why am I buying all the way at 80 when I could have been in at 33? So you see how much better there, you know, so many things to improve upon, man. I'm looking for that break of 19. I'm back in at 1907. There's 1918. Giving it time to open up there. It's not opening up, so I'm back out flat. We're not going to watch this entire video, by the way, but, you know, kind of just... It's my first time looking back at it, kind of just watching to see. Can we get the 1 minute candle to make the new high? It needs to break over 19 here. So here we go. Looks like we got a decent trade somewhere in there. Can we break 19? There's 19. I mean, look at that. 50-cent breakout, man. Just absolutely insane. Now, this trade, I treat exactly how I treat the trade on the resumption. When it breaks out like this, can we dip? And once we dip, can we see green? It dips. It dips to 35. You see how 35 starts to hold? Can we see green? I'm going to be long. You see that? I'm long. Watching now for the bounce. I'm in at 38. Great fill. Can we see the bounce? There's 67. Beautiful trade. So you'll see the way how I scalp. It's translated to from the 1 minute pullback, the 1 minute candle to make the new high, the gap and go, the halt trades. It's the same trade idea, let's say, and it applies, right? And the same thing over and over again. Now look, once that trade happens, right? Once that trade happens, watch. Let's watch. Well, wait, hold on. Let's go back 10 seconds. Let's let it play. So the big move to 50. 50-cent jump. It dips, rips, 67. There's 43, 43, 43, holding 43. I'm back in again. You see how it's the same trade? The breakout this time wasn't as strong, but we still went from 28, 38 up to 67, which, you know, to 70, let's say. Then from 70, it comes to 40, 43, 43, 43, 43. I recognize that, right? So I'm watching the level 2. This is how the level 2 starts to help me to get the entries, right? 43, 43, 44. Buy, 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 buy. Where's my fill? 51. Not terrible. And look at this. It's ripping up to 77 and 89. Now I'm going to look for the same trade again. Now above 20. Right? Can we see that dip again? There's 67. 67. I'm a little slow, but you know, you see me taking the same trade again here. And we're 75. I got some sort of miracle fill. I don't know. Although they still screwed me on that very first trade I tried. Okay, I see. We had the bids fluctuate to 76 and some red going through, so I got a lower fill. But they still screwed me on that trade earlier, you know, for that 40-cent move I didn't get. So I'm in at 75. The same, you see how it's the same 3 trades in a row, different areas. Look at this push on the ask. It rips up to 2034. I say, okay, I'm taking profits. Now it's the same thing again. Is it going to hold above 20 and 2020, 2010, 2015? There's 15. 25, 26. I'm going to 15 again. 20. It's holding 20. 20. Oh, okay, not quite, not quite. I guess I would have needed to let that play. Looks like it was a little fast, but 93. Sometimes you got to give them time. It held 93 right there. Let's see what it's going to do. Look at that. I think this was a losing trade, though. You see, I felt like it held 93 long enough to take it, and I'm long at 96. Did this work? No, it didn't. This one was a losing trade. So from up 1700, well, up 1800, we give back off the top. We give back, and you know it's okay to lose 20 cents. 20 cents is 10 cents is 150, 20 cents is $300, and that it happens. But when we're seeing 50-cent breakouts and we're capturing those moves, it's all right. So now, when that trade doesn't work, when that trade there doesn't work, that's my cue to stop and wait for the 1 minute candle to make the new high again, or potentially look at a dip trade, which right here could be at 1904, right? Which was the key pivot for the ABCD on the 1 minute. Is this gonna dip down to 19? Let's see. I had a dip trade at 51. You see, this was a poor. This was a yep. Analysis paralysis. Well, that's not the saying, but poor analysis. Why is that poor analysis? I went for the $0.50 instead of my trend line, where we had a pivot for the ABCD. You guys see that? So that was a poor trade on my behalf. It's right here. Let's pull this up on E-Trade, right? PLRX. Let's pull up the 1 minute. Well, this is the 5 minute. Let's pull up the 1 minute. You see that, man? It's the subtle things, the decision making that makes the difference. The ABCD setup, right? The ABCD setup. Picture a W in the English alphabet, right? It sometimes might look like that, depending on the person's handwriting. Maybe sometimes it looks like this. Sometimes people, the doctor's handwriting, it might even look like that, something like this. We know the doctors, they don't write the best, but look at this. The pivot is not as obvious, right? Or you could even say there's a flat top almost, because we had a high of 1913 and a high of 1920. But look at this, right? It's not as clean, once again, in terms of the double bottom, because it flags right here a little on the higher side. So we could sum it up more so as a bit of a flat top that we had, a double top at 1913, 1920. So where should my dip be? But anywhere between 1925 and let's say like 1910. That's where my dip should be, in that range. Or even if we want to say between 13 and 20. What did I do? I took small size and I bought it way too high at 50. So my analysis was off. I should have been paying more attention to my blue trend line. Right? Watch this. Watch this loss here. 37. 37. I put out the order at 51 and immediately it flushes down to where? Our blue line. There's 20. There's 12. Ooh. Man. I lose 150 on that trade. Maybe more. But look at how beautiful the entry is. It's like poetry. It's like art. Is my mic on? Okay, my mic is on. You guys see this? If you're watching to this point, down below, type Zapper, right? Zapper. Type the Zapper down below. Let me know who's still watching and soaking up the knowledge. We're pushing 33 minutes here. I'll wrap it up soon. But, just to go over some of the earlier key trades. This is a poor entry. Oh, hold on. What did I just do there? I turned on my webcam. This is a poor entry. And I'm out right here. I should be getting long right here. Oh, man. I should have been long right there. Once again, just like the trade we had earlier, if we give ourselves a reasonable backstop, let's say we're in at 1908, and we tell ourselves, hey, this stock should not pull back more than 30 cents. If we take the 30 cents and it's a loss, that's all right. But look at this. High of days at 2048. If I'm in at 1905, there's $1.50 back to high of day. Is a 30-cent stop reasonable? We could even give it 40 cents. We'll still have a 3-to-1. And watch I'm pretty sure it's bounced up right here. Let's see. I got back in at 1896. So I got back in lower after taking that loss. Let's fast forward to see how the trade went. Let's see. Hold on. Where did I sell? So I'm in at 96. There's 36, 39, 68. There's no need there, and you know what? If I feel like that's how I'll become more comfortable, because you see how I'm only taking it with 500 shares, but I'm scalping with 1,500. If I am more patient and my analysis is better, I can get these trades very close to the bottom, and that way I'm not gonna get chopped out or stopped out. And even if I do get stopped out, that's fine if it doesn't, hold up. But you see the potential from 96. I'm selling this thing at 62. It's an absolutely beastly trade. That's the type of trade I need with 1,500 shares. From here, I size back up because it's time to scalp again. We're in at 77, out at 20. Now, can we break and hold over 20? Can we break and hold? Let's see. Hold on. Right here. Can we break and hold? And this is where that scalp trade that I take starts to come back into play. Watch this. It rips up to 26, 32, 34. Okay, this time it looks like I just bought high, which is, maybe this is very aggressive of me. I don't usually take them like this. Let's see. It wasn't quite anything there. That was aggressive of me. But you see this here. Watch this on the bits. 12, 2012, 2012, 2012, 2003, 2012. That's where I need to be long. Did I take it? Okay, I did it. I'm in a 12. You see that? And immediately 28, 38 on the ask. 40, 47 on the ask. I was giving it a chance to open up right here. Took it off at 37. It's holding higher. It's holding 30. I should have been back in again. You see how I missed this one right here? I don't know if you guys... for those of you who do not use the level 2, it might be harder to see what I'm seeing. But for those of you who do, I think you guys are able to follow along. Let me know if you guys are able to follow along. Are you seeing the call-outs that I'm saying here? So once I'm back in at 12 and I sell right here up at, let's see. I'm selling between 33 and like 40, 43, right? We had a high. We had a high of, I believe, 48. Let's see. I'm in 38, 40. Yeah, 48 was the high. Now watch the dip here. I sold. Watch the dip. 33, 32, 32, 33, 30, 26, 23. Back at 30 again. I should have been long right here. Right here again. Between 30 and 40. And if it breaks below 23, I'm out. It immediately goes. So I missed a trade there. Oh. Oh, man. Oh, man. Wow. I missed that one. This is a place to, like, it's like, chasing is hard to do. It's like that's not something we should do unless we're very experienced and we have a great cushion on the day. But right here would have been the place, man, because look at this bid, 15,000 shares. 21. Yeah, right here I could have took it with any signs of red to sell. It jumps to 40, and there's a 38,000 share buyer trying to get into that halt. You see how, and I feel like if it lingers another second and a half, I take that entry. But because I had just sold and the breakout wasn't high, like if it had went from, instead of 48 for the high, if the high back there was like 58, I think I'd have been long at 32. But because the high wasn't high enough, and I just had sold, I feel like I didn't quite recognize it fast enough to be back in. Guys, that's where I'll do it. I mean, we had, out of this second resumption, I believe we had one other decent trade with 700 shares. Looks like we took a loss in here. Hold on. Let's see. Did we? 21.41. We resume at 20.75. Back over 21, I want it to be long. There's 90. 50 on the bids. 32, 50. Oh my god. Oh, my entries are so good. My entries are great, man. I got in there smooth like butter. In at 98 for the break of 21. We're 21 by 21.30. But this was a false breakout though. You see that? This is where it's dangerous, guys. So once again, the risk is very, very real. This is a great entry. I'm expecting the break of 21.50, but for what would seem to be no reason, you know, because the stock is so strong, we think it's going to keep going. What would seem maybe a big seller sold, I don't know, but immediately it's at 62 by 79. I'm now red in the trade. You see that? Then in the blink of an eye, it's back up, and this is where it becomes dangerous, because if it had went lower, just like how it went, you know, down from 21.30 the first time, it would have probably dropped down to like 20.30, 20.20, and I'd have been down 80 cents a share on 700 shares. But I did reduce size because I thought this halt was going to be more risky. But still, you guys are seeing the risk here. I sold. I think I got some sort of fill in there between 20. Between 20. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Yeah, the risk is so high here. I mean, look at this. What? What in the world? Hold up. I want to watch that again. That is crazy. The spreads, man. This is not easy, guys. It is not easy. So I got long. Look at how fast it comes back down. So I'm in right here at 98. It flushes down. So I mean, look, this is how close it is to losing $1 a share or more. For a split second, the bids are 20.11. So I'm basically down on the bids 88 cents. The risk is real, guys. I don't know what that was all about. I mean, look at this. Somebody sold and got filled at 2010. It's hard to, like, by the time my mind is processing to sell, it's already back up $1 a share. And now you see me selling. So if it had flushed down, I'd have lost like $1.50 or more. That is the risk, guys. That is the risk. So know that this is not anything easy. Disclaimer, the risk is real. And I'm selling up there flat or for small gain. It goes to 20.40 again on the bids and lower, 20.11. So the risk is absolutely incredible, guys. We got to stay safe out there. This is where we need to ease off and let the stock do its thing. Be patient for the next entry, because now it's just moving too wild. So we had the first 1 minute candle come and make the new high over 21 again. We're long at 02. So can we see the break and hold of 21? Here we go. There's 21, 22. There's 21, 21, 21, 21, 12, 21, 21, 2102. It's holding 21. So I want to be in here anywhere between 2102, 2114, and if it drops below 21, that is my stop. Whether it's 2190, whether it's 2099, 2080, 2089, anything below 21, I want to be out. So I'm in, and let's see what it's going to be. Is this going to be a winning trade? I can't remember. So I'm in at 02. There's 19, 30, 32, 34. And you can see I'm trying to sell, and the ask price is coming back down. The bids, yeah, it's a small green trade, but not what it should have been. And there's a seller 34, well 30 here, 15,000 shares. Guys, this thing I think we'll end it there, and then it squeezes up higher. This is basically where we kind of like had maxed out. Man, how long is the recap? 44 minutes. But this is definitely this type of day deserve this type of recap. I mean, just absolutely insane, man. For those of you who do want to see the monitor screen, Here you guys go. I'll put on my webcam in a sec to shut it down. Guys, day trading is risky. Trade in a simulator until you can prove consistency and profitability. If you happen to be trading with a real account and you're not consistent, small sizing. Small sizing, protect yourself at all costs. Manage risk to the best of your ability. And that'll do it, guys. Hit that thumbs up button if you're a new viewer once again. Consider subscribing to my channel. Guys, it's been Relentless Trader. It's been a great day. And I am, of course, shutting it down. I'll catch you guys tomorrow morning, bright and early, in the Discord for some pre-market trading, and then a little closer to 9 a.m. for the watch list and opening statements. Take it easy, guys. Stay safe, stay green.